what makes you attractive and what makes you one of a kind. I will be using my own channeled message deck that is actually entitled One of a Kind, and I will be putting them on sale in the near future. So I just want to reintroduce this deck to you all, and I'm going to give you a moment to choose which pile you are drawn to. So you have a choice between pile number one, which is represented by the green heart chakra stone, nearly forgot there. Pile number two, which is represented by the purple stone, and pile number three, which is represented by the root chakra red stone. So I'll give you a moment to choose which pile you are drawn to. Okay, so let's go to pile number one. Let's move these out of the way. What makes you attractive, pile number one, and what makes you one of a kind? So pile number one is at 126. Okay. What makes you attractive, pile number one, and what makes you one of a kind? Okay. So we got the Eight of Pentacles and the Death card. We're going to start with these two first. So I feel what makes you attractive, pile number one, is that you are a hard worker. Now, a lot of people may feel like, oh, so what if I'm a hard worker? That doesn't make me attractive. Well, it does, because love interests especially look at you as though you are somebody that would really put in the work in regards to a relationship with them. They see you, or people see you, as someone that is very diligent, very focused, and what makes you attractive is that people view you as someone that doesn't give up. Okay, you are a person that has an extremely hard work ethic. So I feel like I'm hearing your work ethic is unmatched. Okay, I also feel as if what makes you attractive is that people view you as long-term potential. So you give off an energy whereby people view you as somebody that they need to settle down with. I'm also picking up for some of you, I'm hearing you may have scared some people away. And if you did, it was because of some sort of intensity that you exude, as well as an energy whereby you're all or nothing, no in between. So people may feel like in order to date you, it will have to lead into an engagement and marriage. Those individuals that you may have scared away may have felt like if they were trying to, say, get you for a one night stand, you wouldn't be up for that. So that's probably one of the reasons why they may have turned you down. Not for all of you, but this is what I'm picking up. So what makes you one of a kind is that you can outwork a lot of people. So you are like the last person to leave the office. It's not really a great thing because sometimes you might be knackered, right? But you make sure that you're the type of person to have like a to-do list when you go to work, or even when you're at home, and you make sure that you tick everything off the box. You are a person that focuses on yourself. You stay in your own lane. This is what makes you attractive. You are the type of person that doesn't start something unless you can finish it. And that is also in regards to relationships as well. I feel like you could have a neat appearance is what I'm picking up. You are very, you come across as somebody that is quite simple in the way that you dress. But even if you're dressed down, you could still wear like designer clothes. Or some of you choose comfort over designer, over what's in fashion in the now. You're comfortable in your own skin. You don't follow trends. You wear what feels comfortable to you is what I'm picking up. So what makes you attractive, pile number one, is that, again, there's the energy of you being very intense, very seductive. So you're the type of person, I feel, that could be covered up, maybe in like some trousers and like maybe a jumper or a hoodie, but your sexuality exudes outwardly. That's what I'm picking up. And you don't use your sexuality to manipulate. You channel that energy into your projects, you channel that energy into things that are positive. I also feel that what makes you attractive is that you may have a very intense stare. There's something about your eyes. Some of you could have like Pluto on your ascendant, is what I'm picking up. Not for all of you. Some of you could actually be a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus, or people of these signs actually find you attractive. Now, what makes you attractive is that you may discuss things that are taboo. You may discuss things that may make people squirm, so you're not afraid to talk about subjects that are intense. Okay, you are not afraid to discuss about what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy in the bedroom. And this type of conversation is normally done when you're in a long-term relationship with a partner. However, even if you are not in a relationship, if you're just discussing these types of situations with your friends, you have the capabilities to really dig deep and really, talk about your likes, your dislikes. You're not afraid to be vulnerable, is what I'm picking up. You're not afraid to, and I'm also hearing that people can find it extremely hard to lie to you because you're very authentic. That's what I'm picking up. You're very authentic and you express yourself in a way whereby take me as I am. You have this way about you whereby you don't give off an energy, especially when people get to know you, right? You don't give off an energy of being shy. So you're very confident, right? But you're not overtly confident. Your confidence is quite quiet. But people can sense this confidence about you. People can sense this hard work ethic about you. People can become quite intimidated by your intensity. And I also feel like what makes you attractive, especially if you are in a relationship or if you had past lovers, is that I'm hearing you are the best that they ever had. There's a lot of intensity, a lot of passion that you put into the art of making love. You're very skilled in this area, is what I'm picking up. You have the ability to transform your partners when you are in the act. It's a spiritual practice to you. You may like to do transit sex, is what I'm picking up. And I also feel like what makes you one of a kind is that you got a lot of stamina, mate. You've got a lot of stamina, and even some of your partners could feel like you've out staminaed them, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see. All right, so what makes you one of a kind and what makes you attractive? You are a person that is an innovator, is what I'm picking up. You have all these creative ideas that you actually want to put out there. You may speak to people about the things that you want to do, and some people may feel like, some people may be in agreement with you, like, okay, yeah, that sounds really amazing. But as you're saying these things to, the people that you're talking to, which is quite unfortunate, they could be thinking, I don't know how they're going to ever do that, or I don't think they're going to be able to do that. And they could be in that energy only due to the fact that they're only basing, your goals and ideas and dreams off their own limitations. For some of you, I feel like some of the people that you do tell about your dreams and ideals are people that have slept on their own dreams, right? People find you to be very brave, and you are the type of person whereby even if no one agrees with you in regards to, say for instance, you may have said to a friend, or a work colleague, I think we should go into business together. I think we can do this and I think we can do that, etc. And they're like, yeah, that's really good. Or, nearer the time they pull out or something along them lines, or they may say, oh, I don't really think that's a good idea, it's too risky. You are the type of person to do it anyway. It's almost like you want to prove people wrong. The worst thing anyone can ever say to you is no, is what I'm picking up, because if the people don't believe in you, it gives you more of an incentive to actually prove people wrong. And you have achieved a lot just by the simple fact of people proving you wrong. I feel like you could be like the first sibling to have accomplished something, the first sibling to have moved out, the first sibling to have gotten their own place, bought their own place, traveled abroad on their own, the first sibling to have started their own business, that is actually successful. Some of you may have just started your own business with the Page of Wands right there, right? I feel like you are one of a kind because you don't ask for permission to express yourself. You do not ask for permission to live out your goals. And it's not all the time you get it right, because obviously sometimes I'm picking up that, some things may not have worked out the way that you wanted them to, but it didn't deter you. You still managed to get back on your feet and plan again and do it again. And you realize that there's an Einstein saying, if you keep doing the same thing, something like, if you keep doing the same thing the way you've always done it, you're always going to get the same results, right? But you have that ability to switch things up. Like, okay, I've done it this way and it didn't work out, so I'm going to do it this way. I still want to reach that goal, but I'm going to have to switch things up a bit. You're not afraid to take on critique is what I'm picking up. I also pick up that, okay, I'm just reading something. It's pretty sad. All right, so I also pick up that you don't really care about fashion is what I'm picking up. You are the type of person to, you do not follow fashion is what I'm picking up, which is a very positive thing. But I am picking up that you have your own fashion. You're the type of person that, like I mentioned before, you choose comfort over name brand, right? But you do have, a specific style that actually stands out. Because I'm looking at the Page of Wands and look at how he's got that, look at his robe that's just draped over him. And in other decks, this, Page of Wands is dressed in red. So maybe red could be a very prominent color. Maybe red suits you, I feel. Some of you may have red hair, or some of you dress in red. Some of you may wear red lipstick. But there's something about red. Some of you could have, yeah. I feel like you are the type of person that does stand out, regardless if you feel like you're dressing down. And what makes you one of a kind is that you are always transforming yourself. So again, some of you could always transform your image is what I'm picking up. But I'm feeling more so whereby you always do the work. You're always on a quest to become the better version of yourself. So you could be the type of person to be in therapy, whenever, and not just going into therapy when something's gone wrong. You just want to become the best version of yourself. Some of you could be in therapy right now, whereby you want to unlearn certain thought patterns that you carried through from when you were younger. You want to unpack certain things so that when you do get into a relationship, or when you are in the relationship that you are in now, you don't let these past hurts transpire into your relationship. So you're always willing to do the work. You are one of a kind because when people speak to you, they feel like they have been heard. You have a mind of a psychologist. You're not afraid to get into the nitty gritty of situations. This is why a lot of people may always call you. People always want to speak to you about their problems because they feel like you have the answers. I also feel like you could look young for your age. You're very energetic. You're very ambitious is what I'm picking up. And you could be very excitable. So you have that energy whereby I'm hearing you raise the roof. You could be a great dancer is what I'm picking up. There's an energy about you whereby you have a lot of confidence. It's not conceited, right? And I feel like everyone should have confidence. You love yourself. This is what makes you very attractive. And because you love yourself, people in turn project that same love that you have for yourself. Not to say that you haven't come across people that are projecting negativity towards you, but you do not let it phase you. You transmute that energy, you alchemize that energy, and you just turn that negative energy into something positive, and you understand where that energy is coming from. You don't wear that energy and think, oh, that person doesn't like me, or that person is trying to compete with me. You still focus on yourself. Again, there's an energy of you staying in your own lane, right? The Chariot card. What makes you attractive is that you're very stable. Some of you could be parents. You don't have to be a parent, but there's an energy with you whereby you know where you're going in life. No one can't sway your mind. You're very strong-minded. I feel like if you are a female, you're very voluptuous. If you are a masculine, listening to this, if you are male, I should say, then you could be heavy built, but you take care of yourself. Like, you've got a very motherly or fatherly like quality to you. People find you to be very caring, compassionate, nurturing. There's something about you that just radiates home. People feel at home when they're with you. And I feel like when people do actually come to your home, not everyone gets invite to your home, by the way, but when people do come to your home, you know how to look after your guests. You could be a great cook, you could be a great baker, you know how to make your guests feel welcome, feel taken care of, feel wanted. You know, people find you to be safe, is what I'm picking up. Safe to be vulnerable with, safe to open up to, is what I'm picking up here, right? So what makes you one of a kind is that, again, there's an energy of you knowing your own mind. You know, you are strong in your spot. No one can't deter you off your spot or try to lure you to their way of thinking. Or, you know, for instance, if you've got a goal and you may or may not have told people about this goal, you're not going to sabotage yourself in order for a friend that wants to go out and just muck about or just doesn't have any goals. And another thing with you is that you're not afraid to remove yourself from people that have no ambition. Okay, you're all ears for those that are in times of need. However, if you feel like someone is choosing to remain stuck, even if you've told them time and time again what they can do, and you know, you've told them about their abilities and how they can utilize their skills and talents, and they're still in an energy of just wanting to complain, or they're trying to deter you off your own goals, you're not afraid to remove yourself. Okay, you are the type of person that doesn't need a big group of friends to go out. You do not mind going out on your own, taking yourself to the theater, taking yourself to a restaurant. You know, yes, you may have friends, but you don't, you know, use your friends as your identity. Okay, you have an identity outside of your friendship group. You have goals, you have ambition. So this is what makes you attractive: how ambitious you are, how determined you are, how nurturing you are. Okay, so what makes you attractive and what makes you one of a kind? Yeah, you don't have any time for nonsense, and you have been known to cut people off without any warning. So if you feel like someone's being toxic, whether it's family members, some of you may have cut off your mother, for some of you, but if you feel like you have been, you know, disrespected, then you have no qualms with cutting people off. Okay, you don't let a lot of people get close to you. It's what I'm picking up with the Two of Swords, because you realize that not everyone is deserving of having access to your energy. You know, you could be very spiritual, very psychic, is what I'm picking up. You are very decisive. You know, this is like my Libra moon card. You know, Libra moons can be indecisive, right? But you do have that energy whereby you are very balanced. You are somebody that is in tune with your emotions. So you can have that level of detachment, but at the same time, you do stay in tune with your emotions. It's not like a head over heart energy for you. It's a heart and a head, you know, balance that you possess. Now, I don't know who this person is, but they're just on here, just doing the most because they've clearly got time on their hands. All right, so Three of Swords. All right, so what makes you attractive is that you have the ability to overcome major heartbreak, and you have also helped other people. Some of you could be like psychologists, or some of you could be trained to be a counselor with the Chariot card right here. Okay, even if you're not, there's an energy whereby you just have that natural ability to heal others. Okay, and you may have been through a lot in your life, is what I'm picking up, but you use your pain to help heal others, because there's a saying, right, when they say, oh, hurt people hurt people. I don't believe in that. I believe hurt people heal people, because why would you want someone to experience the same pain that you've experienced? And I feel like you live by that motto, right? So you've been through a lot in your life, and because of this, you are able to heal others. And you may find that a lot of people come to you with their problems and their trials and their tribulations, and you're able to connect with them, you're able to empathize, you're able to understand and guide them into the right direction. And again, you're not afraid of doing the inner work on yourself, because there's a lot of unhealed people out here that choose to project their unhealed traumas onto other people because they refuse to do the work. And you don't believe in that, because maybe a lot of people have projected onto you. And instead of you being that way inclined, you decided to heal other people through your own experiences, and because you're doing the work yourself, and you know what it looks like to not do the work, because again, you've had people project onto you. It's almost as if they were using you as a scapegoat for their own insecurities, for their own pain that they refuse to look at. So some of you could definitely be in the healing business, is what I'm picking up. Whether or not you have that natural ability to heal. You are one of a kind, because again, you do not look like what you went through, and you do not use what you went through as an excuse to hurt others. What makes you one of a kind is that, yeah, whenever you have gone through any upheavals, you sit in that pain. Not to say that you ruminate in it, but you sit in the pain, you work through the pain. You don't run away from your pain. You choose not to use any shortcuts to heal yourself. Although you can heal others, you can also heal yourself. You have transformed time and time again. And I feel like for some of you, you may go hermit mode, you may see a counselor, you may journal, you may do what you need to do in order to work through whatever you are going through. You don't believe in denial in regards to what you are going through. And when I say you sit in that pain, you experience that pain, you feel that pain so that you can move through that pain. And people find this admirable. People find this to be very attractive. So what makes you attractive and what makes you one of a kind is that you're not afraid to start from the bottom. I'm hearing Drake, we started from the bottom, but you're not afraid to start from the bottom. You are the type of person to treat people fairly, regardless of their income, regardless of their background. And you're not afraid to learn things. You're not afraid to start something that is brand new. So for instance, you could be embarking on a course right now. You could be an apprentice, right? And you may even know more than the actual coach or the actual teacher or the actual manager, but you are very humble. You have that way of thinking whereby you think to yourself, okay, even though I feel I know more than this person, I'm still willing to see what they teach me, because there could be something that I'm missing. So you're very open. You don't think that you know it all, is what I'm picking up. Yeah, you're very down to earth. You are the type of person I feel that is a giver. So you like to do a lot of acts of service to others and as well as yourself, right? You've got this balance, because sometimes, because this is my Virgo card, and Virgos are ruled by the sixth house. Sixth house is all about being of service to others and self, as well as your health and overall well-being. But I feel like you really take your mental health very seriously and your physical health very seriously. So you are the type of person to try and encourage others to take their mental health and their physical health seriously as well, right? You're not just focused on the outer, even though you're beautiful and attractive. You're also focused on what's going on within, what's going on with your mental health, what are you putting into your body, etc. I also feel as if you are the type of person to always offer a helping hand, especially for those that are in a time of need. Some of you could be curious for your mother, is what I'm picking up, or some of you could be parents. But I also feel with this Page of Pentacles card that you are a person that always gives to others. You know, you like people to feel taken care of. You like people to feel comfortable. You like people to feel as though they do matter. It's very important to you. So what makes you attractive is your kindness. You know, and you may feel like, oh, that doesn't make me attractive, but trust me, not everyone's kind, and you generally care about people, and this is a rarity, and you generally want the best for others. Okay, so what makes you attractive and what makes you one of a kind is that despite the backlash that you have endured in your life, you know, like I said, you do not allow the backlash, the animosity, maybe from family members. Some of you could be known as the black sheep of the family, the outcasted one, etc. You have forged your own way, your own path. You did not allow your past to deter your future. You did not allow your past to harden your heart. You still have heart. You still have a big heart, is what I'm picking up. You transmute any negative energy into something positive. So what makes you attractive is that, again, there's the energy of you transmuting energy as well as transforming your image, transforming your look. Some of you've come out of a relationship that was quite toxic, and people are very shocked and in awe of your transformation from this actual connection. Some of you, unfortunately, may have lost a mother. If you did, condolences to you. But I feel like, again, through this experience, you were able to really go within and do the shadow work and come out on the other side renewed. It may have been very painful, however, but I feel like it's helped you to connect with people more. People do actually find you physically attractive, but with you, it's more about the physical. It's more about your morals. It's about the depth that you actually possess. You know, you have that ability to see through people, to see through their intentions as well. So it's very hard to lie to you. But luckily for you, you don't really connect with people that are devious, because again, you have this way whereby you can shut off emotionally from those that will try you. It's like you can foresee what someone's going to try and do to you before they even do it. So you may just cut people off and they're like, I've been trying to call you, and but you, it's like you just get this inkling, like this inner nudge to say this person's not for you. And sometimes when you do cut people off, you don't even give them any warnings, and they're quite shocked as to why they've just been cut off. But it's because you just know that somewhere down the line you're going to do something off key, and 9 times out of 10 you're right. All right, so we've got 7 of Pentacles. What makes you attractive is that, again, you're highly ambitious. So you've got many skills and many talents. You are very multi-talented. Some of you can sing, some of you can act, some of you can create, some of you can bake. You know, some of you are interior designers. You know, when people come to your house, they're like, wow, you decorated your own house, you painted your own house, you put up your own wardrobe, your own bed, whatever the case is. People are in awe of you. People may even ask you to come and decorate their own home. But there's something about your house that is very stunning, very beautiful. You could smell very nice as well. There's a perfume that you may wear, or you may mix your perfumes, is what I'm picking up. But people find your scent to be very attractive. The way you take care of yourself. You have this fresh, neat appearance is what I'm picking up. We have the Sun card right here. So what makes you attractive is that you still retain your inner child. Okay, and you're very creative, and you have this high vibrational energy. It's what I'm picking up now. Some of you could be a Leo Virgo cast. Some of you could be a Scorpio, a Cancer, an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. So I feel like you are the type of person that can juggle a lot of things at the same time. People are in awe of your, like I said, your work ethic is unmatched. But you like to keep busy, you like to keep learning, is what I'm picking up. You are very theatrical as well. So you've got like a very infectious personality. You can have like a distinct laugh. I feel like it's the way that you dress as well. It's very bright, very regal, very Leo-esque, even if you're not a Leo. And I just feel like your energy is very uplifting. So when you are around others, people just feel like, people feel uplifted because you're very optimistic. You have that ability to uplift others, to empower others, to inspire others. Maybe you inspire others by action, by you going towards your goals, you going towards your dreams. But I feel like you are that motivation for others to say, look, you can do it. Don't worry about what you went through. Look at your skills. Look at your talents. Like, you're very empowering. You like to empower others. I'm hearing Lady Gaga, because Lady Gaga, she's the INFJ. I'm an INFJ as well, right? But she's an INFJ and she's an Aries. The Page of Wands is my Aries card. So you're very unique. You're very original. Some of you could have like Sun trine Uranus or something like that, or Sun Pluto or something like that, or Pluto trine Moon. But there's something very watery about you as well. There's many layers to you. So you're very outgoing. You're very outspoken. You march to the beat of your own drum. People can be quite intimidated by you, but I'm hearing people might fear you as well. Like, fear you in a sense whereby I don't want to come up against pound number one because they are just going to outwork me. Their work ethic is just like incredible. People find you incredible. You are incredible. You're stunning. You don't follow what makeup is in, what clothes is in. Like, you create whatever you feel comfortable in, you're going to rock it, and you look good when you do rock it. Again, you could be very creative. So I feel like some of you could sing. Some of you are amazing dancers is what I'm picking up. Some of you could knit, you could do crochet, you can dance, you can make beats. Some of you are into sports, some of you are great ballerinas, or you're very flexible, and this is what makes you attractive. And you have many people that may want to actually date you as well, but some people may feel as if in order to date someone like you, they have to level up, they have to match your energy. And some people may feel like you're off limits, unfortunately, because they could be quite intimidated and think that in order to date someone like you, I have to be on a certain level. I don't know if I've got time to be on that level. So I'll rather just watch part number one from afar, and then miss out on opportunity. But I feel as if you are very attractive, and I'm hearing you are a lot of people's type, and it's because of your personality. You're very radiant. You're very pleasant to be around. So let's take a look at the one of a kind cards. Let's see what makes you attractive and what makes you one of a kind. So you are one of a kind because if someone does not choose you in a situation, in a role, in a relationship, you choose and will continue to choose yourself. It ties in with what I was saying about the Aries card. You're very independent. So even if you're not chosen for something, you still choose yourself. You don't think to yourself, okay, you're a human being, right? But you may think to yourself, okay, oh, that sucks. But then you think to yourself, okay, maybe that role wasn't for me, or maybe that job wasn't for me, or maybe I'm not the right person for that guy or girl, because that guy or girl likes people that act like that, and I act like this, and if I was to date them, then I will have to minimize myself. So maybe next time I will connect with someone that is more like myself. Like, you analyze situations instead of picking yourself apart. You pick apart the situation and look at the pros and cons and just think to yourself, how can you make yourself feel better about the situation, and what have you got going on for yourself that you can then focus on instead of ruminating in a negative mindset. Okay, which is very positive, right? So what makes you one of a kind and what makes you attractive is that you are one of a kind as you are highly intelligent and observant. Okay, I should have picked that up with the Page of Pentacles, because Page of Pentacles is Virgo energy for me. And Virgos are ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication. Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by the planet Mercury. So I'm just hearing Arcat there. They're both ruled by the planet Mercury. And when you have like a Mercury in Virgo, it's exalted, right? I find that Mercury in Gemini individuals are extremely intelligent, good conversationalists. I haven't got any Gemini here, but good conversationalists and, highly intelligent as well. But I feel like you are a great conversationalist and you can talk about different topics. People are in awe about your level of intelligence. You could be very eloquent. Some of you may like to read Shakespeare, right? Some of you got like I don't know, they called it like in numbers now. They don't say like A star and stuff like that anymore. That's back in my day, like way back, right? But some of you may have done extremely well in your exams when you were leaving high school, right? Even if you didn't, people are shocked even if you didn't like get a degree or get a college diploma, or if you didn't take your exams or your GED, for my American viewers. But because of your level of intelligence, because of your way to adapt to different subjects, and you know your mind is, very, your knowledge is very broad. So some of you may like to watch the news. Some of you are into politics. Some of you are into religion, philosophy. You love reading. You could be an avid reader. I'm hearing some of you may love to live in the library, or your house is like, a library. You've got many books, many subjects. You always want to learn, right? You're thirsty for knowledge. And what makes you one of a kind is that you're very intelligent and you're extremely observant. You have a scientific mind and you could detect problems but find solutions. This is what I mentioned. Like sometimes you may cut people off because it's like what they're gonna do. You've worked them out, right? You connect patterns and you see traits, so you just know, okay, that person has the potential to try and snake me. I'm not even gonna give them 6 months. I'm gonna cut at the end of the month before they even try me, right? Because again, you don't like discord, you don't like argument, you want peace. So you will swerve any negative, toxic individual that will try you. Let me burn some incense up in here. In saying that, spirits like Alicia, you need to burn some incense up in here. Clear that energy, clear that energy. I will do. Thank you. Okay. I'm hearing like you're more than just beauty. And I feel like for some of you, when you were younger, you may have got a lot of attention from like the opposite sex. And that, I'm not saying it pissed you off, but I just feel like you wanted to be seen and known as more than just how you look. Give me a moment. Sorry about that, pile number one. As I was saying before, I feel like maybe when you're younger or even now, you can sense that people may just be drawn to your looks. Maybe conscious for you to maybe dress down, or even if you don't dress down, right? Because I'm just picking up someone that with like neutral colors, like a lot of like blues, grays. Some of you could like to wear red or something like that. But it's like you dress down because you like to engage with the mind. It's like you want people to see past your beauty. Some of you could like wear minimal makeup as well. It's like you don't want people to just focus on your outer exterior. You want people to connect with your soul. Whenever you get into connections as well, they're skin deep, whether that's friendships, even with family members. You don't like surface-based connections. It makes you uncomfortable. Yeah, you've got a highly analytical mind and you can see patterns. This is what I mentioned. Oh my days. Spirit, thank you. You can see patterns in behaviors and it can help others, and you can help others to work things out, and you teach others of their, yes, you can help others to work things out. So you can see patterns in, for instance, if you've got a friend that's talking to you about something, and you're not that type of friend to the like sugarcoat things, right? You just give it to them blunt. Some of you could have like a Mercury in Aries or something like that, but you do so in a way whereby you're not making your friend or your family member or even your partner feel like uncomfortable or embarrassed. You make sure that you tell them the truth. Okay, you will tell them when they're messing up. You will tell, and this is what makes you attractive, because people know that when they come to you, they're going to get the truth. They're going to get 100% authenticity from you. It's almost as if you're becoming the person that you always wish that you had when you were younger, or you are that person to others. Many people may see you as like a family member, even if you're not their family. Okay, you're a cool person. You help other people to work through their issues as well. And again, sometimes you guys might get a little bit bombarded, because I'm picking up someone's phone always ringing, or you're always getting text messages, and sometimes you may feel like I can't walk you through every single minute of your life. You may feel like that sometimes, right? Not in a bad way, right? But not in a bad way, but I feel like sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming, because some people may like any little thing that they're doing in their life, they're texting you, or what do you think about this? And you're thinking, wait a minute, so wait, you're waiting for me to wake up just so that you can get my advice on what cereal you should eat today? You want to know what I think about if you should take that road or that road to get to your destination? Like, people rely on you a lot. Basically, that's what I'm saying. People can over rely on you. It can get overstimulating as well. It can get overwhelming, right? So you know when to take time out. And this is why you teach others to find their own solutions, because you believe in, as far as I ain't got Aquarius here, you believe in people becoming independent, right? Because Aries is an independent sign. So you lead others to become independent, and you teach them to look at certain signs and patterns, okay? Okay, so let's take a look. What makes you one of a kind, pile number one, and what makes you attractive? You are one of a kind because you are powerful. You are a powerful warrior who people admire. People would like to be like you, and people look up to you. And this is about this transformation that you've been through. And this is also about you going out there and living the life of your dreams and taking no for an answer. Some of you are not where you want to be right now, but you will be where you want to be. And you have that inner knowing, that inner guidance. You're not looking for outside validation to tell you whether or not you can go and live the dream that you have in your mind's eye. No, even if people say to you, I don't know, because people from this area don't really make it. People from our family don't really make it, So I don't even think you should be thinking too big. You're like, all right then, people from my family hasn't made it. People from my area hasn't made it. All right. And you make sure you put in the plans and the steps to accomplish your goals. I feel like you move in silence. And again, you feed off people doubting you. But people sense your power. People sense your determination. This is what makes you attractive, is that you never give up. Even in the face of adversity, even when it looks like, it's looking pretty peak, It's looking like, boy, that makes you dig even deeper. I'm picking up somebody that was doing like an exam, or had an exam, or it was coming towards the exam, or someone had to submit some sort of work, or you had to submit some sort of work to a boss at a certain deadline, and it didn't look too great because you had other things that you were doing as well, but you made sure that you completed it, because it's almost as if you're in a race with yourself. You compete with yourself. This is admirable. People are threatened by this aspect though, but at the same time it's like, wow, how did he do it? How did she do it? Okay, you are a warrior. You're very strong. Some of you may go to the gym, is what I'm picking up. Some of you go to the gym. Some of you like push big weights, right? And I feel like when you do go to the gym, it makes you feel good. You look good and you feel good. And it's not like you're going to the gym to look good for other people. You're actually going to the gym because it helps you to de-stress. And when you're there, I feel like that's when you can plan as well. That's when you get all these downloads of ideas that you want to accomplish. Okay? People admire you. People would like to be like you. Again, you are a leader. Again, there's something about you being the first to do something in your community, in your family. People look up to you. Yeah, I said it. You're a great leader and you inspire others to tap into their power. So again, you lead by example and you also empower others and tell them how they can lead their own life too, how they can be a leader, right? And you always encourage others and tell others how they can live out their goals and dreams too. You are one of a kind because you radiate regalness. I did mention that with the Sun card. You radiate regalness and power and authority. So even if you are not in a position of power yet, there's a certain energy that you emit, and it's a regal energy. People stop and stare at you. You are of importance. Everyone's important, right? But you have a star quality is what I'm picking up. When you walk down the street, when you come into the workplace, when you go into the shop, shopping mall, supermarket, whatever the case is, right? People are staring at you. Who is that person? You walk with your head held high, as my Jamaican grandma would say, walk with your head held high. Or yeah, put your head down upon the floor. For. She used to always say that to me and my sisters. And we're like, she used to always say, like, walk with your head up. Like, why is your head on the floor? Like, basically have confidence in it, right? So you walk like you are about your business. Even if you're going to the shop to get a pint of milk, right? There's an air of grace, authority, importance that you admit, that you possess. Even if you're dressed down with a hoodie and jogging bottoms and flip-flops, you still have that energy. You may get a lot of people running towards you or just staring at you. You might be thinking, what was there something on my face? No, there's nothing on your face. It's just your energy, right? It just commands attention and it commands respect because you respect yourself. You are a leader and you believe in working towards your goals diligently, 8 of Pentacles, without taking any shortcuts. You believe in yourself and you inspire and uplift others. You truly want the best for everyone and you want everyone to win. Wow. Yeah, I did it, when I shuffle these cards, after I shuffle them. You want everyone to win because you believe in yourself, and because you have so much self-belief in yourself, it makes you feel good to know that you have a goal that you are striving towards, and you want others to feel that same passion and that same joy, to have something to look forward to. And it's like you want others to tap, especially those that have forgotten about their power. You reawaken other people's power because you keep your own power alive. You are one of a kind because you have compassion and empathy. I did say that. Look at this. You have compassion and empathy for others who are in need, and you seek to find harmony and fairness in the life of yourself and others. Yeah, you've got a big heart. Some of you could feed the less fortunate, is what I'm picking up. Some of you do a lot of charity work. Some of you, I feel, are advocates or want to become an advocate because you believe in everyone having a comfortable life, everyone gaining out of life, which they so desire and so deserve, right? So some of you could be like volunteers as well, working in schools, going into certain environments that are quite rough to uplift and help, youths is what I'm picking up, because you see the good in others. You're not someone that is, you're not someone that can be easily manipulated, but you have this energy whereby you may believe like if you can heal someone, then that person can then heal the other person. That's how it actually works, you know. When you're nice to someone, then that person will then be nice to someone else, and then, you know, it's like if someone smiles at you, it brightens up your day. Like a stranger may smile at you on the street, like, oh, that's so nice, and then you see someone and you smile at them, and then it continues, right? Same applies with being negative, right? So that's why you're very thoughtful in how you interact with people, because you like people to feel good, because you like to feel good, right? You are one of a kind because your high vibrations can lift any room you enter. Didn't I just mention that? Part number one. You are positive, and you have a lucky streak that brings luck into many people's lives. You could be viewed as a mascot. You are looked up to, and people can become addicted and obsessed with your energy. I'm sure you've had that a lot. Part number one. You connect to many different people from all walks of life, and you are spiritually abundant. I'm surprised I haven't got Sag here, but you are very spiritually abundant, and a lot of people look up to you. You're very high vibrational. It's almost as if people feel like once you're around, things are going to work out. You have all the answers. You make people feel good, you know. You're very spiritually powerful as well. You rank highly spiritually. Judgment card, that's a very spiritual card for me. And you can connect to different types of people from all walks of life, right? And you are non-judgmental. Not to say you're perfect, but you're non-judgmental. You like to give people a chance. And I feel like you genuinely just want to uplift yourself and others that are around you. Very physically attractive, but again, it's more about your looks. It's about what you possess within. And what you possess within, part number one, is worth more than silver and gold. All right, I'll speak to you soon, part number one. Very, very powerful person indeed. Who are you? All right, so we're going to move on over to pile number two. Let's see. Let's see, pile number two. Put that away. Pile number two. So 5218. I don't know if part number two is going to be as long as part number one, because I was not intending for part, but let's see how it goes. All right, part number two. What makes you attractive and what makes you one of a kind? Okay, so we've got Three of Cups. We've got Strength card. We've got World card. All right, I got to hide these, so I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to hide them. All right, Strength card, we're going to hide you with the Four of Swords. Okie dokie. The World card, we're going to hide you with the Seven of Swords. And we've got Five of Wands. Okay, so some of you could be a Leo, a Taurus, a Scorpio, an Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, Lilith. All right, so what makes you attractive is, I'm hearing you are a girl's girl. And you are a vibe, like literally you are a vibe. Whenever you come around, you know, maybe with your friends, your siblings, you just add that, you've got that minus touch. You like to have a good time. So you are the type of person whereby you are outgoing. You may like to go to different restaurants. You're very charitable is what I'm hearing. So you may like to spoil others. You are a good laugh is what I'm picking up. You're very positive. That's what makes you attractive. And people like your energy. People like your company. You are a great conversationalist. You are a great company. That's what I'm picking up. So when you think of the five senses, it's like, for instance, how can I put it? You know when you eat like your favorite cake, you've got that same appeal. Like you're eating a chocolate cake. Like you're very Moorish. And when people know that you're coming somewhere, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, part number two is coming. It's going to be a good time because you give good conversations and there's something juicy about you as well. Like you may have like juicy gossip, I don't know, or the way you explain things is very funny. You know, you're very animated. You're very funny. You know how to switch it up though. You know how to be serious, but you know how to create an atmosphere that is lighthearted, that is playful, that makes people feel like they're having a good time. and people look forward to connecting with you. So I'm also hearing you could be a great host. So if you do have parties, you are a fantastic host. The food's on point, the company's on point, the conversations are on point, the vibe is lit. So you are a vibe, is what I'm picking up. What makes you attractive is that you've got a banging body. You're very voluptuous, and you promote body confidence regardless of your shape, whether you are slim, whether you are curvy, big boned, whatever the case is. Because you carry yourself with so much confidence, it makes you sexy. Okay, you embrace your imperfections. Your imperfections are a perfection, and because of this, people are drawn to you. People are fascinated by your body, the way you move, the way you, I feel like some of you like to wear skimpy clothes, some of you like to wear bikinis on the beach, and this is very attractive. Okay, there is something about your shape that turn people on. And I feel for some of you, it's your hair as well. You could have like a thick mane. For others of you, I feel like you could come across as intimidating. So some people may feel as if you could, you could steal their man, you could steal their girl, right? Due to the way that you look, unfortunately. But once people get to know you, sometimes reluctantly, because they just have this assumption of you, they realize that you're actually the total opposite to what they thought. You're just very confident in your skin. You love yourself. You take care of your appearance. You embrace yourself, right? Some people love to hate you, but once they get to know you, they're like, I like them, I guess, but I feel like what makes you attractive as well is that despite this loud exterior that you may possess, you're very peaceful. Like, you have this way about you whereby you're so much different to the way that you look, and only those that are close to you will get to see this side to you. People may be quite shocked about this side because you're very zen. You could be a loner. You could be a loner by choice. What makes you attractive is that you have, sorry, I'm just drinking. You possess a lot of inner peace. It's a contrast to how you look outwardly. What makes you attractive is that you move in silence. You're very mysterious. A lot of people may want to come up against you. Pile number 2. And I feel like when or if they do try and come up against you, they can't keep up with you because you're always on to the next thing. So what makes you attractive is that you keep people guessing. You have that ability to make people obsess and fixate on your energy as well. And you may find that a lot of people can become obsessed with your body, your face, your energy. I don't know if this is an attractive thing, but you may have a lot of people fighting over you. And what makes you attractive is that you have the ability to date who you want. And some people could be quite fearful that you're going to take their partner from them. But what makes you attractive is that you don't entertain that. If you know that someone's in a relationship and you might get an inkling that their partner likes you, it makes you uncomfortable. Some people that are not highly evolved may play into that, but because you're secure in yourself, that's what makes you attractive. You're secure in yourself, right? Because you're confident and secure in yourself, you do not try and seek validation from those that are already committed, even though you may sense that, because I feel like for some of you, partners argue about you. I'm not saying every single couple that but there's been couples that have argued about you because of how you look and your energy and your essence. And again, if you're not aware of this, you may be aware of this. And if you are aware of this, you don't play into it, is what I'm picking up. And I feel like what makes you attractive is that I'm hearing some of you could be celibate as well. And despite the fact that you may have like an outer exterior of exuding sensuality, sexiness, etc. You don't. This is the thing. Like, some people may feel like, wow, like, and that's the thing. Some people may feel like if they look like you, they will be doing this, they will be doing that. It's like, for instance, right? This guy was at work, and I went upstairs because in my workplace we've got upstairs and downstairs. So I went upstairs, right, and I was talking to him, and he said, "Oh, you know what? You should do an OnlyFans, you know." And I was like, "What?" I acted like I didn't know what that was. I do know what that is. Do you know what I mean? But I goes, "Nah, my kids will kill me. Like, nah." He goes, "Yeah, yeah, you should do it. You know, you should do it." And I was just thinking to myself, it was a man that said it, right? And one of the female co-workers looked at me in shock. I was like, "No, I don't want. I won't do that. My children will." The thing is, it made me think to myself that because he is a male, he may be thinking, "Oh, if I was a female, then I would. If I look like you, then I would." But the thing is, that's what he thinks, isn't it? Do you understand what I mean? Like, it's like saying, because I was listening to one of my favorite tarot readers, Alice, Love Exists, and she was talking something similar about that. Like, some people could think to themselves that because you are a female, you should do certain jobs, or if you look a certain way, or if you are a male, you look a certain way, that you should do a certain job. But you don't know how, just because someone in your view could look a certain way does not mean that they have that way, that mindset to do certain things. And I feel like you could have that same energy whereby people could perceive you to look a certain way, or they may feel like, oh, if I look like that, or if my body was like that, or if my nails were like that, or whatever it is, or if I was intelligent like that, then I would do this type of role or whatever. Like, people could try and put you in a box. And you may find that with some people that may feel like you look a certain way, so you're definitely going to try and steal my partner. And it's so far from the truth. Or you look a certain way, so you're definitely into stuff like this. You definitely like to party, or people may try and put you in boxes. So what makes you attractive is that people can't put you in a box, because again, they think that you're one way, maybe because of the way that you look, but you are the complete opposite. So you could look like an extrovert, but you're an introvert. There's a word for being an extrovert and an introvert. There's a word for both of those words together. Jess Puckett mentioned it. She's one of my favorite readers as well. You may want to go and check her out. Jess Puckett, the Chaos Witch, brilliant. But and Alice, Love Is This, brilliant. We actually started the same year, our channels. But and Gemini Empress, brilliant. I have to hail her up because she always hails me up and she's on point. So go and check her out too. So as I was saying, part number 2, I'm going off on one, right? And all females I mentioned are very powerful indeed. But I feel with you, what makes you attractive is that you know yourself. You know yourself. And again, I mentioned about people may try and come up against you. So you may, unfortunately, it can get very tiring. You may get people that try to compete with you to be the star of the show, to get certain roles, to get certain partners, and you're not into that. Your only competition is with yourself. And I feel like once people see that you're not competing with them, they give up. And that, you know what? That's actually the best thing to do. Right? If you know someone's trying to compete with you, if you know someone knows that you want something, maybe it's a job or a partner or whatever it is, and someone is trying to compete with you to try and humble you, you know what you do? Take your attention away from the thing that they think that you want. Simple. Detach. Because what you could find is that once you detach, still have the inner knowing that, okay, I still want that thing, but I'm not going to fixate on it, because some people could see you as a threat. Some people feel like in order to get something away from you, that means that they've beaten you, that means that they're better than you. You may find that a lot of people, 7 of Swords, 5 of Wands, have done this to you a lot. And if you're still experiencing that, detach away from the thing, the place, whatever, the person that you want. It's like the law of attraction, but don't let it be known to someone that is trying to come up against you due to their own insecurities of trying to one-up you. That just deters and just, dismantles the whole toxic competition, one-sided beef entirely, if that makes sense, right? Because I do feel like some people have tried to, a lot of people have tried to manipulate you. A lot of people have tried to sabotage you due to their jealousy. So you are my part that gets a lot of jealousy. Part number one, they get a lot of admiration. And some people could be like a little bit, I feel like with part number one, their situation was more like, oh, I wish I was like, and but with part number one, they didn't allow people to get as comfortable to them. They'll just cut them off. Whereas with you, I feel like you are like an introvert, extrovert, and you unfortunately may feel like some people, you do have discernment with the Four of Swords, but you may feel as if some people are as nice as you because you may view people the same way that you view yourself. You see people with kind eyes, you know, so when people do turn on you, it comes as a shock. And some people may only be nice to you, not all the time, but some people may be nice to you just to get close to you. But it's because they want to try and destroy you in some way. It's almost, I feel with you, part number two, unfortunately, sometimes you've been punished for being attractive, unfortunately. And you may only have like a small group of friends. This is giving me like Beyonce vibes, because I know with Beyonce, she's like, her best friends is Kelly and Michelle. And I think she's got a cousin called Bernice as well. And obviously she's close to her mum. She's close to her sister. But you don't really see Beyonce hanging out with other people. You might see Kelly hanging out with Sierra or whoever, you know, but it boils down to personality traits as well. You know, Kelly's an Aquarius. Aquariuses are very popular, and Beyonce is popular as well, but they're more social, right? Like for me, I'm a Leo. I've got a close sister of mine. She's an Aquarius. She's always telling me, Alicia, come out, come out. I don't want to go out. I don't want to because I'm just thinking about the noise. I'm just thinking about feeling like I want to go home as soon as I get to wherever I am. You know what I mean? And I'm a Leo, right? I've got a Cancer moon. And it boils down to personality. So basically, I feel like I mentioned Beyonce to say this because it's almost like sometimes Beyonce is being hated on because she's so beautiful and she's so talented. And I feel like you could be fixated on. Some of you could be in a public eye. You could be very popular online. You could be very popular like on Instagram or something, YouTube, TikTok, you know, or just online in general, Facebook, Twitter, whatever the case is, right? At work, in your community, in your area, you could know a lot of people and you are valued highly, but you may have like a boundary because of how you've been treated in the past. And people are in awe of you. People find you very physically attractive, very beautiful. People find you to have, I'm just hearing Beyonce's song, Alien Superstar. So people may feel like you're off limits. People may feel like you're otherworldly. They can't get close to you. And there's an energy of people wanting to compete with you. Why are you attractive? You are attractive because there's a mystique about you. You are attractive because you have self-respect. You are attractive because, yes, you do have a physically, you know, gorgeous body. Regardless of your shape or size, you practice body confidence. You are attractive because you are stunning. You're beautiful. What makes you attractive and one of a kind is that not anyone can have access to you. So again, you're off limits and you only have a select few that you do connect with. Despite the way that you look or how people perceive you to be, you're not underhanded, you're not sneaky, you're not manipulative. Some people may want to spin the narrative that you are, and they're happy to go by that. But you are the type of person that believes in not taking any shortcuts. Only those that are close to you will know that. What makes you attractive is that you're highly successful. Now, some of you are saying, I'm not where I want to be right now, but you are very ambitious and you have high goals. Like, you aim high. You're not mediocre. Yeah, and you're not your average. So please, if you've been acting like you are, please stop acting like you are, because you're not your average. Some of you have accomplished many milestones, is what I'm picking up, that you've kept secret. Because we've got Seven of Swords. And some of you will accomplish many milestones in this lifetime that will take on historic proportions for some of you, if not all of you that I'm connecting with, because we've got the World card. You will be recognized. Some of you have got like doctorates, some of you got PhDs, some of you got masters, and you've kept this secret. You don't want people to know, because it's like you don't want all that attention, and that's what makes you attractive. You're very humble. You know, your accomplishments are kept on the low because it's like you don't want any more hate. That's what it is. You know, some of you are influencers. Some of you are, I feel like, maybe dancers, singers. Some of you are famous, right? Or famous in your community, famous at work. Very well known, very popular. But it's like popular loner. You know, very sensitive to energies as well. Very strong. Some of you can have a strong body. Very creative as well. Some of you are great dancers. I'm thinking about Spice, because Spice is a Leo. Don't know if you know Spice is, Jamaican reggae artist. My favorite Jamaican female reggae artist. And she's an amazing entertainer. She can dance, right? So some of you are great dancers. Some of you are very theatrical. Some of you are, you know, attractive because you have your own style in the way that you dress. Your hair color. Some of you could have like blonde hair, or you could have different color hair, or you dye your hair. Some of you may not wear makeup. You got this natural beauty, this natural glow. Some of you got beautiful skin. This is what makes you attractive. But I'm feeling like what makes you attractive is that you're off limits. You're not accessible. Again, with the Five of Wands, people want to come up against you, but when they do try and come up against you, you're on to the next thing. They can't keep up with you. People cannot keep up with you. This is what makes you attractive as well, because you can turn haters into fans. Like, you know, I put my one down. You know, I need to learn from pound number two. Instead of trying to come up against pound number two, I need to learn from pound number two. You have many understudies, pound number two. Let's see what makes you attractive. All right, there's something about your clothes. Some of you could like 40s fashion, is what I'm picking up. Some of you could have like beautiful, long, jet black, shiny hair. You know, some of you could have like natural blonde hair as well. Some of you, I feel, are great cooks. You take care of your body, is what I'm picking up. You're an amazing friend once people get to know you. So what makes you one of a kind, and what makes you attractive? You are one of a kind because you are hardworking and established in whatever field you are in. You compete with yourself. That is what I was saying. I hope I mentioned that. But again, even if people try to come up against you and compete with you, they realize that they can't, because guess why? You compete with yourself only. It's hard to try and compete with someone that competes with themselves. Beyonce is like that. There's no one that can touch her. I remember speaking to my sister, one of my sisters with Beyonce fans, right? She is born in the wrong era. She's born in the wrong era because she is like an icon. She should have been born in the era where MJ, Michael Jackson, Madonna, you know, the greats, Prince, Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson. It's like she was supposed to be born in that era, you know, because no one is doing what this girl is doing. You know, no matter how much people say, oh, Taylor Swift, and da, 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 no one is doing what she is doing, right? That's a whole nother story. Me and my sisters are going to be doing a podcast soon on all these type of topics, so I'll save it for that. But you are the type of person to compete with yourself. So even if people try and come up against you, it is pointless, because you cannot compete with someone that is competing with themselves. You are an alien superstar, right? You're giving superstar energy. That's why you're unaccessible. You're giving superstar energy. People may not say it, but people feel it. And people are in awe when you give them like your time. It's like, me, you're talking to me? Like, yeah, I'm talking to you. Like, I'm just seeing Michael Jackson smiling. You know, when he's in that Moonwalker film, when he's trying to escape from them people that are trying to chase him. The grandma and the little son, or whatever, the grandson. I'm not saying people chase you, but I'm just saying, like, you give off that energy whereby when you're talking to people, they're listening, but they're in awe of you as well, because they cannot believe that you're giving them your time. Yeah, you have that magical star quality. Yeah, your energy is very potent. People may feel like you should be famous or you should be on TV. This is what I'm picking up. And because you're down to earth, because you're humble. And again, some people may feel like if they had your looks or your talents or something, then they will just be like, remember what I said to you about that man saying you should be, but you're very down to earth. You know that you're more than your looks or you're more than whatever people are fixated on. And it's almost like, again, it's like sometimes you're punished for being attractive. Okay, so you're one of a kind because you're hardworking, you're established in whatever field you are in, you compete with yourself only, and your skills and talents are recognized by your peers. Or for some of you, you will be in a position of power where you run your own business or run a business despite being in a leadership position. You will not abuse your position of power. Yeah, so some of you are definitely in the public eye or you're in a leadership position and you're still down to earth, you're still humble. You don't let your success get to your head. So this is very attractive. You are one of a kind because you are loving and compassionate. Yeah, thinking about the strength card, because with the strength card it shows having strength but also having that softness too. Okay, so you're very, yeah, you're loving and compassionate to animals. And in the strength card, she's sitting on a lion. Some of you could have cats and you love your cats, or you can have a dog, and the way you love your pet is like, you're just so sweet. It just shows your heart, it shows your compassion. It's so sweet. Animals sense your sensitivity and they appreciate your warmth and tender care. So you may find that animals are drawn to you. Some of you are like, I don't even like animals, but when you go to like your mate's house or your grandma's house or your auntie's house, your uncle's house, they may have like dogs and cats, and they warm to you because they can sense your sensitivity. They can sense your warmth. They can sense your compassion. Okay, they sense within your company, and animals feel at home around you as they know that they will be cared for. So even if you've got an animal, your animals do love you. Your animals feel like you are going to take care of them to the best of your ability. So you got a warm, kind, compassionate heart. You're very sweet natured, and not a lot of people get to see this side to you, but those that know you, and even if people don't know you like that, they can sense this from you. They can sense this warmth from you. You're very eccentric. This is what makes you attractive as well. I'm tapping into Aquarius energy. You're very eccentric and you're very unorthodox. So you can have these amazing, innovative ideas, even the way that you dress, the way that you do your hair. I also feel like you think outside the box. You are a lone ranger. You're very powerful, you're very bold, you're very courageous as well. You could be like the spokesperson of the family. You're very independent, very confident, and this is what makes you very attractive. You could be, because I'm tapping into all the elements on the world card, so you're very practical and stable, very grounded, and you do value home, you do value your family and saving for a rainy day, and you don't brag about how much money you've got. Regardless if you're rich or not, you never discuss your money. You don't place all your value into how much you have in the bank. You're very secretive as well. You can keep secrets. This is what makes you attractive. Very seductive, and you have psychic ability, but you don't use these abilities for the bad. Like part number one, you can sense when someone's trying to get you, or when someone's jealous of you, when someone's fixated on you. You sense this. And then you know when to isolate. With you, you have that ability to disconnect, recharge, and then regroup again. You value your peace over any and everything. You feel like someone's going to disturb your peace, you will just detach away from them. You do have a balance, a moderate balance of going out, enjoying yourself, and then, just going within and, just recentering yourself as well, right? You're very peaceful. Okay. You are one of a kind because you are extremely beautiful, handsome. I did mention that. You, part number 2, I don't know who you are, but you are a looker, right? You are very extremely beautiful or handsome outwardly. So what makes you attractive is that you could have like symmetric face. There's something about your hair that adds to your appeal. I feel like some of you could have hooded eyes. Some of you could have short hair, like a bob that crowns your face. Some of you, again, there's something about having jet black hair. Even if your hair is going grey, this gives you character. You know, some of you don't even wear makeup and you're just a natural beauty. I'm just seeing Catherine Zeta-Jones in my mind's eye. Some of you could have like blonde hair. Some of you, I feel, could embrace your culture, is what I'm picking up. And you may wear like traditional clothes, the traditional gear. This adds to the appeal. I also feel like what makes you attractive is that some of you could come from Trinidad, right? And you may like, have you seen the clothes that they wear at the carnival? Banging. You know, so some of you, you make the clothes as well. So you're very creative, or you dance at the carnival. Even if you dance at the carnival in England, your body is banging, and also you can dance as well. And you just look good. Some of you do like to wear, sorry, it's one of my sisters. Yeah, some of you do like to wear like maybe crop tops, belly tops, shorts. You know, some of you, again, if you go to Trinidad Carnival, I love the outfits there, or even Carnival in England, you wear the outfits that the dancers wear and you just look amazing in the outfit. So you celebrate your body. Your body's banging, man. I just picturing someone with a banging body, and someone that just, regardless of your shape. And the thing is, you know how to dress for your shape. You're very sexy, is what I'm picking up. And you know, sexiness is not just about the way you look, it's about how you carry yourself, it's about your confidence. You know, it's about accepting yourself, and you radiate that energy. Okay? But I do feel like you're very beautiful and handsome as well. You are very graceful, you're very poised and elegant, and you treat others fairly. You are a great friend, a partner, co-worker to many, as you are very law loving and understanding. You are no pushover, however, and you can act accordingly if someone steps out of line. However, the heart of yours is radiant. So yeah, you're a beautiful soul, is what I'm picking up. You are one of a kind because you are independent, but you know how to balance it out to receive from others. So yes, you're very independent, because I'm picking up a very independent energy. However, you know how to receive from others. It may have taken you a long time. Some of you could be in your receiving energy, but it's almost as if you are in an energy of, because I'm picking up divine feminine energy, you know, because being independent is cool. It's good, because like even me myself, like I've been independent since I was 17. I lived on my own. I'm 42 this year. I've been living on my own since I was 17. You know, I had my son when I was 18. So I've always been on my own. I had to teach myself how to cook, the whole shebang, right? But I've always been in that energy, independent. But then when I got into a relationship with my fiance, it was like, I felt weird accepting when he was giving me food. I was like, what are you doing? Oh, I've made dinner for you. I was like, but I made dinner, because I've been used to making dinner for like 19 years, you know, and always giving dinner to my children first and then I eat after, or I serve myself last, right? I wasn't used to someone offering me a plate of food. So in that respect, that was me being forced to be in my feminine energy, because I had to always be in my masculine energy. I got to look after my kids. It's just me and my kids. I got to make sure that they go to school. I got to make sure they're getting 10 out of 10 in their, you know, their tests. I got to make sure they go to their extracurricular activities. I got to make sure that, you know, that I feed them. Like that's how my mind was working. Everything was all on me. I didn't have anyone that was like here, you take, do you understand what I mean? So in that respect, it was me being forced to be in my feminine energy. Okay, I can be when I dress up and go out, but you know, that receptive energy and being comfortable with it. So you either have that ability to, or you are morphing into an energy of being accepting of receiving. And it makes you feel more softer when you do receive, as opposed to struggling and always having to, I have to, it's good to be in your masculine energy when you're going after a goal, you want to achieve your goal, but it's nice to be in your feminine energy where you can receive as well. And I'm learning that. And it makes you feel more lighter when you're in that energy as well. And I feel like you found a balance, or you are finding a balance, and it's acknowledged by others as well. Okay? So you're one of a kind, because even though you're independent, but you know how to balance and receive from others, which is fantastic. Don't be shy to accept from others and continue to find a balance, or find a balance. You are one of a kind, and you are attractive because you are a healer. People find your energy to be transformative and therapeutic. You help others to shed limiting ways to love themselves and see their true potential. Yeah, with that Leo energy, I feel like you lead by example. You are very inspiring. You are a very powerful person, and people do look up to you. Again, you do have the haters that want to become you, or want to take you down because they feel like they should be in your spot, but then they realize that they have to bow down. But I feel like you want everyone to embrace who they are. You want everyone to express who they are. You want everyone to be celebrated. And I feel like for you, Spirit has made it in a way whereby, by you celebrating yourself, by you stepping out and expressing your powerful dynamic self, it gives people the permission to do so also, because you are a leader. You're a leader. And again, I just keep getting this energy of these people trying to push you off your throne, and it's like Spirit is saying, you don't know how long it took my power number 2 to get to this throne and to have this crown on their head, and how dare you try and rip this crown off their head and push them out of their throne and stuff that crown on your head. Yes, you can have a crown of your own and a throne of your own, but you've got to do the work. So some people may feel like things are just handed to you. No, you've gone through many trials and tribulations, Scorpio energy, to get you to this point. You shed skin, many different skins, if that makes sense. You've overcome a lot of adversaries that some people wouldn't even be able to survive from. And you've been without, Spirit has tested you, par number 2, and you still came out on top. And this is what makes you the person who you are. This is what makes you vibrant. This is what makes you sparkle and shine. You do not look like what you went through. You don't look like what you went through. And that's why I feel like when people do try and come up against you, they get blocked. They get blocked by Spirit. They get blocked by your ancestors, your guides, your loved ones on the other side, because you're very protected. That's another thing I should say. You're very protected. And maybe an animal could be some form of protection for you. And you will meet, I'm hearing like you will reach, I should say, some form of completion in regards to accomplishing what you have set out to accomplish in whatever capacity that resonates. And I feel some of you have reached a goal, or you reached certain goals, but there's still so much for you to do. And you aim high. Again, it's like you are on a different level to other people who want to come up against you. They haven't. It's just even pointless even trying to tap into, I'm just seeing like in my mind's eye, you further down the road and people just like trying to catch up. Like Michael Jackson in Moonwalk, when he's trying to run away from those crazed fans, like that. they're acting like fans. You got some fans right here. They won't say they're fans, but they're acting like fans. Just think Michael Jackson in Moonwalker when he's leaving the studio and he's trying to escape, and these fans are like, Michael Jackson, all of that, right? Just think of that. They won't think that they're in that energy, but it's given that energy because they're trying to catch up with him to get an autograph, but because of their obsession with him, they could end up hurting him. Whereas with these individuals, they are trying to catch up to take you down, to sit on the throne that spirit has placed for you and others like yourself, right? They're trying to catch up to you. They're trying to put you in their energy, put you in their position, but they're refusing to do the work. So it doesn't make any sense. But they can't catch up energetically or even physically because you move in silence. All right, so let's see. You are one of a kind because you get your point across to others without being disrespectful. You are direct and firm, but you are aware of your boundaries so that you do not make another person feel disrespected. So you're very mindful as to how you speak to people. You know, you're very respectful too, and you feel like you deserve the same way inclined. I feel some people may feel like you're too good to be true. It's not like you're too good to be true. It's that you treat people the way you want to be treated. You know, you feel like, I'm feeling like some of you are feeling this way, or Spirit wants me to tell you that you don't need permission from others to love yourself. Because I feel like you promote self-love. You are definitely on your self-love journey. You are accepting of yourself. And some people, because they don't accept themselves, they get angry with you for accepting yourself. And by you accepting yourself, you're not saying that you're perfect. You're in the energy of, this is my lot. I can't change the way I am. I can't change the way I look, I mean. You know, I'm just going to make the most of how I look. I'm going to celebrate how I look. I can work on myself so that I'm a better version of myself, because there's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. But I'm not going to devalue myself and hate myself because you hate yourself. I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm going to keep working on becoming the better version of myself. And I feel like by you doing that, you're actually helping people to love and accept themselves also. You are love. Part number 2, you are love is what I'm picking up. You radiate love. You are love. You're amazing. That's what I have for you, part number 2. I can go on, but I will do a reading on who's hating on you. But you are of love is what I'm picking up. So please take care of yourself, part number 2. Keep being the amazing you. Keep sparkling, keep shining, and keep glowing wherever you go. I'll speak to you soon. Peace out. And we're going to move on to part number 3. So this video is clearly going into 2 hours. I did not expect that. All right, let's see. Part number 3. See how it rhymed? What it's supposed to. All right, I'm going to write down the time. The part number 3 is at, let's see, 13305. All right. Part number 3, you chose the root chakra stone. I feel like you're very confident, because the root chakra is the first chakra located beneath the sacral chakra. And when our root chakra is balanced, we feel a sense of security as opposed to feeling insecure. We feel a sense of security within self, within our environment, within our job, within our living conditions, within our connections with people. So I feel like you're a very stable-minded person, very grounded, very humble. Let's see, what makes you attractive? Yeah, very balanced with temperance card. Some of you could be a Sag, or Sagittarius energy could be attracted to you. We've got Knight of Pentacles, my Capricorn card. Some of you could be Sagittarius, Capricorn, cusp. We've got the Magician card. We've got Gemini energy here. You could be a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, Lilith. For all of these signs. Capricorn, again, with the 10 of Pentacles. We've got Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. And we've got the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. So some of you could be a Virgo, a Taurus, Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. Major arcanas here, up in here. All right, so what makes you attractive? Pile number 3. You're very balanced. I'm hearing you are Earth Angel now. Would people say that you are Earth Angel, pile number 3? I don't think they'll say those words. But what I feel is that you have a very calming and soothing effect on people. You're very zen. So you're very relaxed. And because you're very relaxed and because you're very in control of yourself, it makes people feel at peace. You have a healing effect on other people. You are old soul as well. You are a great listener, is what I'm picking up. You have the ability to heal others just by your presence alone. It's almost as if you have the answers. You know, I feel like you have a lot of wisdom. You're very intelligent. You could be, I'm hearing you otherworldly, but you can be a traveler. Like you are very cultured, is the right word. You may be able to speak different languages. I feel like some of you could be mixed race as well. But there's something very pure about your energy. It's like you have the ability to heal just by your presence. This is what makes you attractive. You're very spiritual. You have a lot of spiritual knowledge, spiritual wealth. You have the answers. It's like spirit moves through you to give people the answers. You definitely have guides that are surrounding you, that work through you. And people just find you to be like their good luck charm. People just find you to be like their rock. It's almost as if people feel as if you have the knowledge to help them through solutions. You're very stable and reliable as well, very hardworking and very family orientated. This is what makes you attractive. I feel like you could be, regardless of your age, you could be very wise beyond your years. You are a hard worker as well. You have a lot of durability is what I'm picking up. And you take a while to commit as well. This is part of your appeal, you see. But you are very studious, but you, once you do commit, it's for the long haul, right? Once you do commit, you're very loyal because you believe in traditional values as well. A lot of people feel like you'll be a great person to get married to. I feel like you're a great conversationalist. You could be very charming. Some people may feel like you are manipulative, but you could be very charming. People can't read you. And family is everything to you. What makes you attractive is that family is everything to you. Some of you could have like a beard, is what I'm picking up, which is very attractive. And you have a very quirky dress sense as well. You've got many sides to your personality. Very humble, very down to earth, very family orientated. Some of you could have white hair, some of you could have grey hair, and this adds character. This adds an appeal to how you look. If you're in a relationship, you're very loyal to your partner. You are a great parent. You could have dogs and you absolutely love your dogs and you take care of them like they are your children. I feel like some of you could be in a long-term relationship and you have never stepped out on your partner. You and your partner are known to be very much in love with each other. What makes you attractive is that you've created a family dynasty, a family legacy, is what I'm picking up. You can get on with your siblings, your neighbors. There's something very magical about your energy as well, but people can't quite grasp you. Many people feel like they are your best friend, though, is what I'm picking up. You are a lot of people's best friend. And again, with the Hierophant card, there's something about marriage here. So what makes you attractive is that you are someone that someone wants to actually marry. People may want to marry you. Your partner may want to marry you because they feel like they've hit the jackpot, literally. With the Temperance card there, ruling Sagittarius. Sagittarius actually is ruled by the planet Jupiter, which is the planet of abundance, expansion. So many people want to settle down with you because they see you as end game, they see you as end goal, but they feel like you're hard to attain, is what I'm picking up. The Hierophant card. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of values and morals as well. Some of you are traditional, some of you are religious, some of you are not religious as well. Some of you could be in same-sex relationships. You make up your own rules as long as it's not hurting yourself or anyone else. That's what I'm picking up. But you make up your own rules. You don't fit into societal standards as to what society or your some sort of beliefs that you stepped away from because you didn't agree with it. I'm hearing like you are like a, here you got a mind of a genius as well. You have very futuristic ideas that you are trying to implement as well. I'm also picking up the Hierophant card that you actually challenge, you've challenged people in your community about their beliefs that they've tried to force on you, and you stepped away. This is what makes you attractive, that you stood up for something that was not part of your belief system. Some of you have been shunned from a community. Some of you've dated outside of your race. Some of you have, yeah, some of you could come from like a background whereby yeah, some of you come from a background where you come from a background that you come from money is what I'm picking up. But some of you've walked away from this, preferring to go your own way, preferring to, and this could be due to your preference in regards to who you're dating. So maybe you've come from like a rich background or something, and like you've decided to date someone, and they're like, you know, if you date that person, then that you could say goodbye to the fund. And you're like, okay. And your parents are like, what? Okay, you know, I'm in love. I'm gonna marry this person, and that's what it is. We're gonna build our own. You know, some of you stood up to your parents because maybe your parents were not in agreement with who you wanted to date. Some of you've dated outside of your race. Some of you are in same gender relationships, and you had to walk away from family or walk away from people that were not in agreement of your choice of partner, but you stay committed. So what makes you attractive is that you are loyal to yourself. You are loyal to your values. You are not the type of person to be swayed by the masses. You have your own mind. You have your own thoughts and opinions that you stand by. You are a unique thinker. You challenge the status quo. You challenge certain traditional values that were placed upon you. What makes you attractive is that you don't mind being on your own. Some of you are single. Some of you are single by choice. You've been single for a long time, the Hermit card, and you are soul searching, and you are not swayed by people that throw themselves at you. You have discernment. You know, you're not just going to run to anything that just glitters or that is sparkly just because it looks good. You have a lot of self-control is what I'm picking up, because you are very spiritual is what I'm picking up. And I'm also picking up with the Hermit card, 'cause I'm focused on the Hermit card. You're striving for inner peace. You're striving for enlightenment. And you are detached from earthly pleasures in a sense whereby you don't attach your self-worth to how much money you have in the bank or clothes. You're not into like designer. There's a detachment from the material with you. Not to say you don't like nice things, but you are not the type of person to get the latest designer bag or the latest car or the latest Rolex or something like that, or designer jeans or skirt or dress. That doesn't really appeal to you. What appeals to you more is being a good person, being at peace with yourself, having, because I pick up heavy Taurus energy here. You value your family life, you value living comfortably, you value making sure there's food in the house, making sure there's gas, electricity, your internet working, your sky, whatever the case is. You value your creature comforts. You are very stable within self. Remember what I mentioned with the root chakra stone. You're very stable within self. This is very appealing to people. They've never come across, people that you come across, have never come across someone that knows themselves like this, someone that's hard to sway. What makes you attractive is that you do have a lot of money, but you don't shout it from the rooftop, so no one knows your worth. Again, you can have a lot of money in the bank, but you still dress down. You see some millionaires sometimes and they wear like Converse and ripped jeans and a t-shirt, and these times they're like borderline billionaires, some of these individuals. But that's the type of energy that you're giving off to me. I'm hearing some of you could be very studious. Some of you like to study. Some of you like to learn. So what makes you attractive is your mind and how humble you are. You could be quite shy as well, but very observant. And when people do talk to you, they're taken aback by how observant and intelligent you are, because you're very quiet. A lot of people want to marry you or settle down with you, be in a relationship with you. They see you as endgame. And I also feel like with the Ten of Pentacles, you're old soul, family is everything to you. Let's see. What makes you attractive? I feel like, again, some of you could be like mixed race or something, and you got like this look about you, for some of you, where people don't know what background you're from, and when you do tell them your background, like, oh wow, I wouldn't have thought that. Something about a beard. Some of you could have like a long beard. If you're a masculine, listen to this, it could be grey, or it's two different shades. Your beard, excuse me, it's two different shades, black and grey, or black and brown. It gives you character. Some of you could have like short haircuts. Get a lot of masculine energy here. Or some of you can have like curly hair. What makes you attractive is that you put in a lot of work and effort into your family, into your home life. You could be close to your siblings. You're very guarded as well. So this guarded energy is what makes you attractive as well. You could have a very strong physical physique. Some of you can, go to the gym, is what I'm picking up. Hearing like Meg the Stallion, I'm looking at the horse, but some of you could have like strong legs, strong thighs, nice legs is what I'm picking up. You got good posture. So this is what makes you attractive. Okay, so let's see what makes you attractive and what makes you one of a kind. We've got, you are one of a kind because you radiate so much positivity, so much so that your energy uplifts those that you are around. Again, you've got this zen, like peaceful, warm energy is what I'm picking up, and it just makes people feel at peace. You've got a very peaceful, calming vibe, and it makes people feel zen. You've got that energy. So what makes you one of a kind and what makes you attractive is that you are alluring, seductive, and your energy entices people. I'm looking at the Magician card, so you could be very enticing and alluring, because I'm looking at the way he's got his hat over his face. So it's like people find you to be a bit mysterious, and it's almost as if people want to find out what is underneath that hat, or I wonder who they really are, because you're very quiet. But this quietness gives off a very alluring and seductive appeal. You make people want to know more about you, right? Many people could get hypnotized by your enchanting and intense energy, but you do not let this essence that you possess seep out inappropriately. So you do have this energy whereby, look, see how he's got the water going into that cup and it's falling into the cup, it's not seeping out. So you do have a very enticing, seductive, and alluring energy that entices people. And some of you are aware of this. That's why you may like, you try and cover up, or you try and hide. You don't want to give people eye contact because you just feel like people fall for you. But you don't use this gift for the bad. But people gravitate towards your energy with the Temperance card here. And once they do, they find it's like they fixate on it and they feel stabled within it. And it's like you're able to hold people energetically within your energy. And they just feel like they're in some sort of trance. They feel like anything you say, yes, I'll do. I don't know. It's that type of energy where you just make people feel at peace. It's like people feel settled within your presence. If they're feeling unbalanced, if they're feeling uncomfortable, if they've got a problem when they speak to you, it's almost as if their fears have melted away because you are stable, you are at peace, and you radiate that outwardly onto others. And I feel like spirit wouldn't have it any other way. It's like spirit moves through you to connect with others, to make them feel at peace, if that makes sense. Many people could get hypnotized by your enchanting and intense energy, but you do not let this essence that you possess seep out inappropriately, and you are respected and admired but could be feared when upset. However, you do not seek revenge. You leave your burdens to spirit. Yeah, you're very protected. So you've definitely got a lot of protection around you, and you're not one to retaliate. You like to recenter, regroup. You are a hermit. You like to take yourself away, and you do socialize. I feel like you do prefer being in your own company the majority of the times, is what I'm picking up. And because you're like this, it makes people want to connect with you more. And people fear you because they just know, whether they can sense it or not, that you've got a lot of spiritual protection around you. And if people do try and come up against you, like pile number 2, it's instant karma, really, isn't it? So people just know that you're spiritually powerful. Okay, so we have what makes you attractive, or what makes you one of a kind, is because you have a mind of a genius. Your thoughts are out of the box. I did say that with the Magician card, right? Your thoughts are out of the box, and you are capable of accomplishing many different things. You believe in yourself, or you need to start believing in yourself, because so many people look up to you for your expertise in many different areas of subjects. You are an amazing conversationalist. You could speak different languages. I did mention that, didn't I? You could speak different languages, and you have the gift of persuasion. So you're very convincing, is what I'm picking up. This is Magician card energy, like Gemini energy. And you are good conversationalist. Gemini and Virgo energy is what I'm picking up. You have a mind of a genius. So your ideas are out of, I'm really tired. Your ideas are in a lane of their own, right? Are before its own time. And people are just in awe of your ideas, like, oh my God. Especially when you say, I've got this idea of creating this song, or creating this beat, or I was thinking of doing like this little blog online, or this little video. People are like, what? Or this song, right? You could have a beautiful speaking voice as well. You could have a beautiful rapping voice. Some of you could be rappers, right? You believe in yourself as well, and you could be an entrepreneur, is what I'm picking up on. You could be an entrepreneur, great conversationalist, and I feel like with you, you do have the gift of persuasion, whether you are aware of it or not. It's because your voice is so soothing, so beautiful, and you are very alluring, and it just makes people feel like they're in some sort of trance. So people could get manipulated by you, and I feel like you use your gift of, you know, your art of persuasion for the good. So you could be a great salesperson for some of you. I feel like you could be a great singer. Yeah, you're amazing, man. All right, so what makes you one of a kind, or what makes you attractive is because you think outside the box. That's what I was trying to say. You think outside the box. People may not get your ideas at first, but once you present your ideas, other people tend to follow. So your ideas are original. It's before its time. Okay, so you may say, I want to do this, I want to do that. People are like, oh, okay. But then when you do it, it's like, wow, I want to do that too. But then you're like literally 10 steps ahead when they're trying to catch up, when you're trying to get them onto the thing that you were doing like 5 years ago and they were laughing at you. So you're before your own time. And you got this sense of inner peace and inner calm because you know, I'm hearing Rihanna, wait your turn. You know when to wait your turn, right? Uh, what you want doesn't come to you instantly, but you're not afraid to wait for your turn. You're not afraid to put in the work because you know that your turn is going to come. Okay, you are one of a kind because you are an independent free thinker. Your ideas are genius. I keep getting the word genius. You are a genius, par number 3. And I feel like maybe when you were 3 years old, something may have happened to you, or teachers may have said to your parents that, you know, I think that something, you know, they keep reading or they keep counting numbers or something like that, or the way they're doing numbers is before we haven't taught the kids, the rest of the children, this in the classroom, or, you know, the way they understand this pattern or the puzzle, this is for like 12-year-olds, but they're doing it at 3. There was something that may have happened at 3 where your parents or your teachers saw something different within you, or maybe some of you were writing at 3, maybe some of you were reading, you know, novels at 3, but you have a mind of a genius and your way of thinking. Some of you could have like ADD, ADHD, you could be on the autistic spectrum, not for all of you, but your way of thinking is not, it's just on another level. Like, you're highly intelligent, and what comes second nature to you is very difficult for other people. So you definitely got superpowers, and you get a lot of downloads, and to you it's like, okay, this is second nature, but to other people it's like, you're a genius, because you are a genius, right? Your ideas are genius because you think outside the box and you can do things before their time. You enjoy helping and uplifting others, and you are very charitable. You enjoy empowering others and helping others to find and harness their own independence. So you like people to think outside the box also. I feel like you lead by example more so, or you could be like an advocate. You could be a teacher yourself, right? You could teach others to embrace their uniqueness, embrace their differences, is what I'm picking up. There's many skills and attributes that you have that you haven't even shown the world yet. And you're magnificent. And I'm also picking up that, yes, you are also a master manifester. You're also a master manifester is what I'm picking up. You are enough. Do not compare yourself to anyone, because you are one of a kind. You, power number 3, are one of a kind. You are a master manifester. There's an energy of shyness here, but you need to believe in yourself more, because I feel like you need permission to be great. And you're original. You know, I'm hearing Beyonce, I walk alone for a reason. Beyonce's a Virgo, yeah? So even though other people do not get what you're trying to say to them, like, you're the type of person to try and get a lot of people on board. And some people are like, nah. They may not say it to you, but their actions prove otherwise. And sometimes it can deter you, and then you may feel like, nah, it's not going to work. But trust me, you got the idea for a reason, because it will work, and it will work for you. And if you do what you want to do, then you're going to give other people the incentive to do so also. They may not do it in the same fashion that you've done it in, but I feel like with you, your ideas actually scare you sometimes, because they're very eccentric, they're very out of the box. But, you know, Uranus is going into Gemini soon, right? You may want to go check out my sister Nikki K's video for that. she's put one up, because she's done a Neptune going into Aries, which is going into Aries soon, next week, actually. But Uranus is that planet of shocks, sudden changes. It's going into the sign of Gemini. So there's going to be major changes in regards to like maybe social media, communication. So you could have like your Uranus like conjuncting, I don't know, Uranus trining your Mercury or something, where you just get like all these downloads that are just like original and eccentric and scientific. And you're supposed to embrace that. You're supposed to stand out. You're supposed to lead by example. You're supposed to be different. You're supposed to shine. You're supposed to sparkle. You're supposed to glow wherever you go. Because I feel like with you, you are a jack of all trades. There's many things that you can actually do, but you keep these things to yourself. I'm just looking at the magician with his hat down, and I feel like you are the underdog, or you have been the underdog, and you have proven people wrong time and time and time again. But again, you're not doing what you do for validation. You just want to make sure you and your family are good, and you want to just express yourself in the best fashion that you know how to, which is being creative. You are a creative, and you are one of a kind. Part number 3. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've been Elisha, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace out.